and welcome back to Dad. Did we just break America?
I'm Skylar, your resident Gen Z doom scroller.
And I am Corey, your extremely cynical right now Gen Xer.
Why so cynical?
Well, we've been down this road before. I do have memories of how old was I? Was I 8? I don't know, 9? Maybe I was 7. I'm not quite sure.
You mean 1979?
I was 9 in 1979, but I think something happened like right before that or whatever. But I remember the whole thing, not as if it like happened yesterday. I'm not going to say that, but I remember, the radical, wing of the IRGC, or what was the precursor to the IRGC, taking control of Iran, taking the hostages in the U.S. Embassy, and the whole thing being a disaster upon disaster.
Yeah.
And every time the United States tried to do something, thankfully, we have a decisive, no-holds-barred president right now. Back then, you had Jimmy Carter.
If anybody ever knew how to screw something up.
Well, they
You know what's so sad about Jimmy Carter? You found out after he died that he was a genius.
No, he was a really smart guy.
in every other sense of the word.
He was a really smart guy. I don't get
what happened
to governing, right?
It's a unique set of skills.
Really, is it?
To be like effective at it, yeah.
Well,
here's the thing.
Is it the person that's effective, or is it the person's staff that's effective? This is my question.
I think this is a Donald Trump thing, and this is specific to Donald Trump. Unlike almost every other leader that we've seen handle the Middle East, understands something, just as he understood it being a big real estate guy in New York City. All the leaders in the Middle East understand is force.
Okay.
That is what they understand. That is the language they speak. That is the air they breathe.
Okay.
Everybody in the West thinks that we should sit down and do some diplomacy with, may he rest in pieces, the Ayatollah. That's not, that doesn't really work with these people most of the time.
Well, they tried that. That didn't work.
Right, but most of the time you can't negotiate with terrorists.
Right, but the idea is it's not just that you can't negotiate with terrorists. Negotiation works if both parties want something
and are willing
to compromise. What the problem is with the fundamentalist group that's what is or was or may be,
we're not so sure yet,
we don't know, still in control of Iran, is what they want is not happening because they want death to everybody else, right?
Yeah, and that's not something they're willing to accept.
They don't really have a desire to coexist as two different countries. They just want what they want, and they're not interested in talking about how to get it.
Well, they'll never get what they want, as long as there's somebody in the office such as Donald Trump. If you compare, like, Obama sent 2 planes full of billions of dollars in pallets of cash to Iran. Trump sent planes, different types of planes.
Wow. Well,
it's a different way of handling
there is a definitive difference between the presidents and their desire to set the stage for the rest of the world for a future. And one is a definitive Republican and conservative, and one was a definitive liberal.
Yeah, that's not the point I'm really trying to make, though. I'm saying that Donald Trump is doing things not based on party, not based on polls, not based on politics. He is doing things that he knows are going to benefit us and benefit the future
Well, Donald
generation.
Trump's also a different kind of person, and he also isn't getting reelected.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about getting reelected. But
So whatever he does, it doesn't really matter. It matters for the Republican Party long term.
and short term,
Yes, I mean, with the midterm elections, but it doesn't matter in the long run for Donald Trump's political career.
no, but most people don't care. Most politicians look at the funding for their library and this, that, and the other thing and kick the can down the road another 10 years. So it's somebody else's problem. Donald Trump said, we don't need to live like this anymore.
Well, I'm not so sure that that's the reasoning. There is something to be said about the power of the office and the fact that you had the ability, or you have the ability, to do something to a group of people who are, and I don't disagree with it, they are in on a quest. Their quest is to get a nuclear weapon. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. What happens to the playing field of the world if a religious zealot run country like Iran winds up with a tactical nuclear weapon?
Everybody's in trouble.
Now, one would think, like other countries, they wouldn't want to use it.
No, they would.
Right. And probably right now, if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it already.
Yes, Donald Trump understands that. A lot of people in this country don't seem to.
Again, I don't know. We don't have to focus it just on, President Trump. I'm saying that you have a world who doesn't believe what they hear.
No, they do believe what they hear.
No, they don't. They don't believe that the
You're speaking from the media and the things that you consume and from growing up in a generation where you watch this happen. You're not
no, no.
speaking.
I'm saying the populace who's denouncing, or who's out there denouncing what the president has done and what Israel has done, believes what they want to believe.
Yes, but that doesn't come from nowhere. They are listening and they do believe what they hear. We listen to and believe and hear what we want to hear.
I understand that, but you can't deny the fact when these people have been faced with an armed conflict.
Too.
The IRGC, I can't say the Iranians because it's not the Iranian people.
No, there's a distinction.
Okay. So the IRGC now, when faced with sudden destruction, because you don't want to come to the table and say, okay, we won't go get a nuclear weapon.
You want to know what their opening line was
No.
at the negotiations?
What?
No, you don't want to know, so I won't tell you.
I'm listening.
They said that they believe it is their inalienable right.
Inalienable right.
Yeah, they learned that word just before the meeting. Uh, to enrich.
And again, okay, I mean, that's crazy.
I didn't know they knew that word there.
But again,
Nobody has inalienable rights there. Nobody has rights.
right. Well, they do. The men do.
Only those men.
The idea is, though, that they're showing you by attacking other countries around them who didn't attack them,
Have nothing to do with this.
have nothing to do with it.
Wanted to be left out of it.
Correct. Have nothing to do with them, didn't care, don't have a horse in this race. Okay.
At least publicly.
Well, listen, all of those countries wouldn't care if a radical, fanatical, religious zealot country, happens to be run by somebody else.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't cry.
So, nobody shed a tear, that this is happening, but they just don't want it in their backyard.
Yeah.
Which, if you're trying to make the world a better place, you got to get your hands dirty. All of these people, and I guess you're seeing it from a lot of European countries,
Well,
right?
the European countries are one thing. I think the other Arab the other Arab countries, it's clear to me we're scared of Iran.
Well, I mean, and
It's clear that, like, the king of Saudi Arabia was having private conversations with Trump, begging him to attack.
well, you're speculating about that. You don't know that.
Well, there's a lot of rumors. I didn't just make that up.
So I'm saying that it's obvious that all those other countries obviously want a change in what's going on there.
Yeah, the European countries, as you were saying, they just stand for nothing. And they can't upset their base. Like, Starmer can't upset his base.
Which is a crazy thing,
Yeah.
but you're watching it happen in real time.
Iran is about to be less fundamentally radical than London is.
How crazy is that?
It's not.
So where do we go from here?
Well, I don't know what the IRGC is doing, blowing everything up everywhere.
Well, it's a joke. Okay, so let's talk about that.
It's really
Let's
concerning.
talk about that. And there's a danger here.
Yes.
There's a very big danger. The big danger is, and from a political and military standpoint, the IRGC figures
Mhm. Or
that,
we assume they figure.
well, what else makes sense? If I remove the impossible, whatever remains, however
I
improbable,
think there's
must
al
be the truth.
I think there were contingency I think there's a possibility that there were contingency plans if something like this were to happen. And I think that their communication systems are gone. So what if they're all just kind of working on their own?
Well, that is an extreme possibility, but I think that you're not dealing with the most educated and war hardened or war taught group of people. So I believe they're simplistic fundamentally in their military strategy. They're great at terrorism. They're great at creating proxies to go out there and blow stuff up.
Yeah, their main export is death.
So I think that they were attempting to strike other people and trying to get other countries to either jump into it to try to get the United States and Israel to stop, or trying to create World War III. I don't think there's a playbook for this for them. I don't believe that they ever thought that the world would come to their doorstep and push the envelope for regime change or
To
to
set the
knock,
conditions.
to knock them out of power.
You don't think so?
Yeah. I think they are naive enough or so egotistical and misled by their own religious zealotness.
Yeah, because they really believe in what they believe in.
They drank the Kool-Aid, went down with the ship on the deck of the
guy
Titanic,
with the
all the way
dress.
down. Yeah, all the way down. They believe in hook, line, and sinker. So I really believe that they think that they're going to prevail.
Well, I'm happy for them if they think that.
and they haven't gotten the message yet.
Somebody was saying that on the news today. They were like, "They don't seem to be getting the message, and we don't understand why."
But that just could be because they don't care also, right?
Well, do you think that they know that they're going down, so why not take everybody down with them?
Well, that's an extreme possibility. The extreme possibility is either a desire to create World War III if they're going to get attacked,
Mhm.
or, hey, if we're going to go, we might as well take everybody. Now, that is the fundamental reason why they shouldn't have been allowed and can't be allowed to have a nuclear weapon ever.
Yeah, no, this
Because they
is
would,
essential issue.
because, and you listen to the um, interview with Netanyahu tonight. He's right about the fact that they would blackmail Israel, they would blackmail the United States. We're going to drop a nuclear weapon on Israel if we don't get this. And at the end of the day, nobody wants to say that it's the right thing to do,
But it's the right thing to do.
but it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, when else are you gonna have an opportunity? The regime is weaker than it's been in, to my understanding, 47 years.
Now, my hat is off, but I'll put it back on.
Okay, thank God.
My hat is off to
You're dressed up for Purim. Who are you, DJT?
yeah, to the Israeli Defense Forces, the Israeli Security Service, and obviously the intelligence capability of the CIA as well, because they've obviously all been plotting and planning this for a very long time. The fact that Israel hacked into the
I love nobody more than I love the Mossad.
okay, hacked into, does your boyfriend know that?
They're just like so cool, you know?
Hacked into the, the
Traffic cameras.
to knowing where people are driving and what's going on. I mean,
For years.
okay. And my hat's off to them for probably creating the situation that made them all get together in the first place. And they had a historic opportunity.
They thought it was safe to get together for brunch.
You're right. I know. My hat's off to them for all this stuff.
Trump said we allotted 4 weeks to get rid of the top members, and we got rid of them in less than an hour. So we're ahead of schedule.
But there is something to be said for, it's sad that we're in 2026. I witnessed the Islamic Jihad, as they called it, or the radical takeover of Tehran as a young child.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that that's 47 years ago. Wow, I'm old. It's sad that the same stuff is going on. Iran hasn't changed in 47 years. It got worse.
No.
I mean, it has changed in 47 years, but it changed for not for the good.
Definitely not for the good. As Lindsey Graham said, as you're saying, and we've been dealing with the same thing, all we needed was Donald Trump, because as Lindsey Graham said on live television last night, brace yourself.
I'm braced.
Donald Trump has the guts, the balls, and the vision to do things that nobody else will do.
It's true.
It's true. I just wasn't prepared for that.
It is true, but it's also really sad that we have to go to the length of killing the heads of a country because they are hell-bent on the destruction of our country, of Israel. And I don't think it stops there.
No, as Trump said, like, we're trying to save civilization here. They are against Western civilization.
And it's sad that other countries just don't get that.
No, somebody explained it very well. I can't remember who. as like this has always been an Eastern religion versus Western religion thing.
Okay.
They're not the same. Our beliefs are not compatible with theirs. Like, we fundamentally misunderstand them. We don't take them seriously.
We don't take who seriously.
The rest of the world doesn't take the IRGC seriously.
I think they do. I think here's the difference. It's the same thing that led to the Holocaust. Okay. They don't want to ruffle the feathers because they may come,
And it's not me. It's not against me.
right. They may come to a terrorist attack on my hometown or in our country or in Paris and
That's what
London.
Megyn Kelly was saying today. Who are we fighting this for? Like she doesn't understand. You're not that dumb, Megan. Nobody believes that. Megyn Kelly is like the people that protested against against the U.S. entering World War II, saying that Hitler wasn't attacking us. That's quite literally not the point.
Well, he wasn't attacking you.
But that's not the point. We should wait until he does. We should wait until the threat is worse than it is now. We should wait until the IRGC is 1 week from having nukes. Like, what's the plan?
I think the world would wait until they actually had a nuclear weapon.
Well, that's stupid.
And then
that's not wise.
And then it would be too late, right? Then
yeah, because you can't stop somebody from using something that they have.
The difference is nuclear weapons, while they are weapons of mass destruction and they're horrible, they are, unfortunately, up until this point in history, which is today, March 2nd. Is it March 2nd? March 3rd, March 4th? What is it? It's one of those days. Up until now, it has been the best deterrent. That deterrent is mutually assured destruction. You launch, we launch, it's all over for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Cats and dogs living together, cockroaches will only survive mass hysteria.
Yeah.
So
that was cute of us.
So these people have shown their ability to not care about other people on a daily basis. And again, it's not unlike the Germans in the Holocaust. They don't like the Americans. They don't like the Jews in Israel. They don't like these people. They don't like those people.
What is it called in Germany? The Chancellor?
Yes.
He's very good. Their Chancellor.
In what way?
He's just very morally clear. He's like the only one in that area that's like, now is not the time to fight with our allies or telling them they're doing something wrong. Like, we support America and we stand behind them.
Well, because they all want what you're doing.
Germany also has spent the last 80-something years trying to correct their behavior.
But they all want what you're doing. They just don't want to come out and say that. No one wants to raise the flag and go,
It's like, here's
hooray.
Did you see it looked like he was being held against his will.
But I'm saying
it was so uncomfortable.
Nobody really wants to come out and say, this is the right thing to do. And you have to keep going until you get every last piece of it.
Well, because war sucks. Like, I do understand it. War sucks.
This is not war.
No.
It's not a war yet.
It's not a war yet, but fighting like in these.
So be clear.
Sorry.
No, we have to be really serious and be very clear here.
Sorry. What do I call it?
It's an armed conflict right now.
An armed conflict sucks.
But again, this has the power to explode.
I'm talking.
What are you talking?
I was saying something. I do understand why people don't want to get involved in conflicts like these. Armed conflict sucks. It absolutely sucks and is heartbreaking that 6 of our service members have died. It's awful. But that doesn't mean that this isn't a fight worth fighting.
Yes and no, obviously. And what's really crazy is those service members died because they were shot at in a base that's in the area by the Iranian IRGC,
Mhm.
not in the armed conflict of us bum rushing the country.
No, they were on a base in Kuwait.
So that's the crazy part.
Like,
But again, you can't blame them. They're just defending themselves. We shot at them first.
I don't really care.
I know you don't care, but history will care.
I don't think so.
I do think so. Again, it's a very fine line, and it's a difficult situation. I'm not saying I disagree with the decision.
There are guys and bad guys, and we are the good guys.
Sometimes we make decisions that seem bad at the time,
Okay, that's okay.
but they're for the greater good.
Right, this is for the greater good.
We hope.
Well, I stand to be corrected, and if things go bad, then I will
We hope.
share my
We
opinion
just
about
don't
that.
want we don't want the pot to spill over. We don't want the pot to spill over.
No, it's scary. It's
And
really scary.
right, and the pasta comes out of the pot, and now it's all over the stove.
Are you telling a personal story? I don't understand.
No, I'm probably telling a story the first time you made spaghetti.
I
Yep.
don't eat spaghetti often, but
Oh,
also
rigatoni, I'm sorry.
only at home because it's not ladylike to eat spaghetti outside the home.
Okay, that's a whole different topic.
Well, it's not. What do you want me to cut my spaghetti?
People do that.
I know them.
As a matter of fact, didn't you do that? Oh, wait, sorry. I think you did that.
No, I've never done that.
So that's your only problem. That's your danger. Your danger is other troops die that are ours, right?
Yeah.
And we have to be cognizant of the fact that we are waging a military conflict against people who want us dead. I get it. I get it. It's not happy. It's not a great situation, but we have to we have to appreciate the morality of what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are taking other people's lives for a purpose. I get it. There's a purpose.
I'm trying to make the point, though, there are a lot of people that I'm really talking about the far right right now.
So you're talking about like the
Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson.
okay, yeah.
Looney Tunes.
You would call Tucker Carlson far right?
I don't know what I'd call him
I
anymore.
don't think he's far right.
I don't. What do you think he is?
On the planet Uranus, I don't know what the hell he is.
Well, some people are getting very close to him.
I don't even know what he believes in. He doesn't make any sense.
You should see the stories he's telling today.
I'm sure this whole thing had probably twisted him in a pickle,
Yeah.
wrapped him in a paper towel.
No, I can't even follow what he said today. I have no idea.
I have to look at it, but it's like
I haven't watched it because I really like the brain cells that I have.
trying to keep those.
Yeah, only a couple left, and I can't
Listen.
afford to lose any more, Tucker. And yeah, you can't add
Life's
more.
short.
You can't get more of those.
Shorter if you're the Ayatollah. I feel bad for the guy who just got appointed Ayatollah after the last Ayatollah, and he was dead 2 minutes later.
You feel that?
Well, listen, he's like that Pope who got elected Pope, and then he got poisoned.
But he's like a normal person.
I know. I mean, it's just like you became the Ayatollah, and then hey, look what happens.
It's not a job that you want.
Imagine you're sitting there going,
Somebody
"Well,
did-
we're out of people.
Somebody did like a job.
We're out of people." Hey, Frank, how about you? You know what? I wanted to be Ayatollah, but I've decided it's not the
The
truth for me.
qualifications were so funny. It was the funniest thing. But
What are the
anyways,
qualifications?
it was like high
Believing your beard doesn't smell?
have to be okay with there being a high likelihood of death.
I'm sure they've come to terms with that in their own mind.
Yeah, but then how do
Don't
you
they believe they're getting virgins?
did I send you those memes?
Yes, that was very funny.
Yeah, 72.
Why 72?
I don't know, maybe it says it in their book. I don't know, you read the Quran, I didn't.
I don't remember it ever saying that.
Okay, well, I don't know.
I could
Maybe
be wrong.
maybe they came up with it, I don't know. But they seem to have decided because they're not going against us, this isn't a righteous cause, which feels like they misunderstand what's going on in the world.
Do they misunderstand, Sky, or do they choose to misunderstand?
Well, I don't think that Megyn Kelly's stupid, so I think she chooses to misunderstand.
Because if you believe something enough or you tell yourself something enough, you start to believe it.
I
Like,
know I think outrage is lucrative.
so it's the flavor of the month, is what you're saying.
No, I don't think it's the flavor of the month, I think it's
Or the flavor of the year for her.
no, I think she sees that Tucker is making a lot of money acting like a lunatic.
Got it. Well, that is true. The man is a lunatic.
And if you say something sensational, how do you top it? And then you constantly need to top it. Moral clarity doesn't go viral.
Maybe we should write that down. Moral clarity doesn't go viral.
I don't think I said that. Like, I don't think I came up with that.
I didn't pretend you did.
I'm just saying, I just like want to give credit. Like, I don't know who came up with it, but I read it.
That's what I was saying before. Like, you could understand that we're doing the greater good and we are killing a lot of, people who run the IRGC.
Okay.
I gotta assume that there are some people there who are like, okay, we had enough of the guy in the corner in the sheet. I mean, like, I'm sorry. But like, he's sitting in a bunker somewhere going,
How do we can I have for my entire life thus far have tried to figure out how this man gets into his bunker. How does he get down there? He step? I don't understand.
what do you mean? He steps. He's just in a sheet. That doesn't mean he can't walk.
But how far down is it?
I have no idea. I'm sure it's far.
How does he get down there? Take
Elevator?
oh,
Are you okay?
I thought they just, like, dropped him.
What? There are a bunch of different bunkers in the world, and they all have elevators.
Well, everything's a bunker in Iran. You know, we offered them if they didn't Steve Witkoff was just on Hannity. They offered them if they promised to not enrich for 10 years, we offered them fuel,
What do you mean fuel?
like nuclear fuel.
Why?
We said we'd give it to they could produce whatever and we'd pay for it.
Why?
So they could use it for their normal
Oh,
energy.
for their quote unquote energy projects
Yeah.
that they have the inalienable rights
Well,
to
they
enrich
said
for.
they said we have the inalienable rights to enrich uranium or whatever, and Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff said, "Well, we have the inalienable right to tell you that it's not acceptable for the president."
Um,
And we actually have inalienable rights here.
we don't have inalienable rights in Iran.
No, here.
Here, yes.
Yeah, we actually have inalienable rights, so we could speak to them. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And the Ayatollah doesn't fit into any of those.
The problem is that nobody wants to admit what President Trump is doing is the right thing. It's just a difficult thing to do, even though it's the right thing.
Well, I'm sure it's difficult for him. it's a difficult thing to do.
I don't think it's difficult for him. I really don't.
I think it's difficult
I think
to
he's probably sitting there like it's a giant video game. But
I think it's difficult to watch service members die when you were the one that had to send them.
yes, I think that's always gonna be a difficult thing for anybody in an elective office.
I mean, I think it's not an easy decision to make.
But
I did like that to know though. I love to know when presidents, whether I like the president or not, I love to know when they approved a strike or when they approved military orders at what time, and then watch like after we know what happened, then to go back and see what they did after that. Because I wouldn't be able to act so calmly.
what do you mean?
Like he approved this strike last week on Friday at 3:18 p.m. And then he went to Texas and went to Whataburger and engaged with the people.
Kind of burgundy.
He bought the whole place. I don't know. He might as well given everybody at Whataburger in Corpus Christi, Texas, a job at the White House, okay? Like, it's really funny to watch. I like the night before they got the raid on Osama bin Laden's compound, they had the what's it called?
Correspondence center?
The correspondence dinner, and he sat there like he was a normal person. I couldn't do that.
Why?
I'd be in hives.
That's your job, though.
But it's fascinating.
It's your job, though. You can't tell everybody what's going on. That's the problem.
Do you think Melania knew?
Who knows?
Would you tell me?
Maybe yes, maybe not. Probably not. You'd tell everybody else.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd be doom scrolling.
No, but you know what? I really have been doom scrolling a lot this past 3 days.
I'm sure you have. I know. I keep getting the updates.
You turn around and you miss a full hour in 1 minute.
I hear you.
Close my eyes. I sleep for 4 hours. The whole world.
So, listen, our hearts go out to the fallen soldiers
Well, and their families.
and their
And we
families.
thank them for their sacrifice.
They did make the ultimate sacrifice, hopefully for the better good and for the greater good,
But I want to make a point here.
not just the one on the top of your head.
No, you need to stop with that joke. It's really not funny. Um, the
Maybe not for you.
the best way to honor them wouldn't be to say, "Oh, they just died. We have to pack up and go home." It would to continue the fight for the greater good that they gave their lives for.
Well, at this point, if you're not going to do what you set out to do, there was no point in doing it.
Right, but people are saying like 6 people died. Also, I'd like to point everybody back to the clip of Nancy Pelosi talking to the press after Obama struck in Libya, where she reaffirmed that he didn't need the congressional approval and still doesn't. And she was
Again,
very resolute about that.
again, the giant fallacy with that is that the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, spoke to
The Gang of Eight.
the Gang of Eight before the strike happened. Now, the War Powers Act states that the president or the executive branch has to notify Congress in a certain amount of time
48 hours.
after 48 hours. Correct. But they were alerted beforehand.
Yeah.
So all of this rhetoric and BS over,
But also
president's out of
everybody's
control.
rewriting the War Powers Act on social media. Like they're like, this is what it means. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Well, again,
But also no president has ever acted like it was constitutional.
again,
Now it's a problem though.
of course it's a problem because Trump did it.
It's just like lazy. The arguments are lazy and tired. Find something
They're, the
to
low,
do.
they're not lazy and tired. It's the low hanging fruit.
It's lazy.
It's easy. It's just easy.
Well, they're lazy and they're tired.
It's just easy. I could point my finger at it and say, now you have service members who died. Oh my God, you killed our children. How many people did other presidents kill with missions to here and missions to there? Give me a whole. The rhetoric is all BS.
Well, also peace through strength to, like, the people that think that they're America first. Let me explain something to you. Peace through strength. We can't have peace with the IRGC in the picture as it was. It's impossible.
That is true.
And what, so, like, my children could deal with this issue, and my grandchildren could deal with
Well,
this
that's what
issue?
I was saying,
Like,
right? Right, 47 years ago as a kid, I watched the fall of the Shah of Iran and the birth of the IRGC, and now, hopefully, 47 years later, we're watching the death of the IRGC and maybe a fundamental autocracy or democracy happening in Iran. Who knows?
next year in Tehran.
After we go to Jerusalem. But, you know,
It's Purim 2.0.
what, in Tehran?
No, it's Purim 2.0 right now. We're living in biblical times.
At the end of the day,
That is really cool.
it's very cool. At the end of the day, though, as much as nobody likes people to die and nobody wants there to be armed conflict because you don't know what could happen.
No, it's dangerous and it sucks, and most normal, sane people all agree on that.
But these are people who you would have seen it already if they had a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, we all wouldn't be here,
Well, I don't know about that, but some of us wouldn't be here.
and the world would be worse off if it couldn't listen to us speak, and so that would be a shanda.
Yes, that would be so horrible.
Let me tell you something.
Can we talk?
Can we talk?
Okay.
Ugh, I wish Sean Rivers was here to see this.
Oh my God. So anyway, Scott, I think what President Trump did is very patriotic, very American. I don't believe, and I'll, I'm not the first to say this, but I'll be the first to say this on this podcast. I'm very proud that that man is our president, and I'm very proud that somebody had the, I don't want to say, balls, but
Lindsey Graham said it, so you can say
yeah,
it.
that somebody actually had the ability to say enough is enough. We're not taking it anymore.
Yeah. He said, "Guess what? I'm not scared of you."
Well, he's surrounded by Secret Service. He's not scared of anybody.
Okay, well, he said we don't have to live like this anymore. 'Kay, what are you doing?
So I don't think we broke America. I think America is good.
I think America is good except for the people that are parading around with popsicle sticks around New York City with Khomeini's face on them. I ran into them tonight, and
And what is their platform?
they're anti-United States, anti-Israel. Nobody could get over Israel. And, Tucker, he did the prelude in his video
Right.
with Mike where he said that we went into Iraq for Israel. I don't know if you saw that part.
No. What crack pipe is he smoking that came out of?
Right. And Mike looked at
What?
me and was like, "What are you talking about? Literally, what are you talking
We
about?"
went into Iraq for Israel?
He says that. He says that it's unequivocal.
Okay. Right.
I hope he's talking to somebody because I'm actually concerned for his mental health. Like, he scares me a little bit, no?
A little crazy.
But so now that Israel's involved in this conflict, obviously it's bad. People believe that Israel's engaging in a genocide. They've started the genocide claims in Iran. Like, if anybody is trying to do a genocide, I actually think it's Iran.
100%. They're inadvertently launching missiles at whoever.
Right, but also their stated goal for 47 years has been to wipe everybody else off the
They
face of the
killed
earth.
30,000 of their own people for just protesting the government. Could you imagine if that happened here?
No, I couldn't. And I'm so glad that Mayor Mondami really thinks that, like, he's
Well, I don't know what he's thinking. He denounced this whole thing.
yeah.
First of all, what is somebody's platform walking around with a picture of the Ayatollah.
It's really shit. You know what? I got used to the protests and whatever. I understand that people don't like Jews and don't like Israel. Protesting in support of the IRGC is a new one for me. It's hard for me to understand. I thought we all agreed that that was bad.
Were there women protesting
Yeah,
in support of the IRGC?
yeah,
Women.
women. Like, the fact that other women tasting freedom for the first time in 47 years is offensive to you is so backwards and embarrassing. Apparently, one of the women's march group organizations posted a thing like no war in Iran. They don't support the war in Iran. Posted a picture of like this like a cartoon of a woman. Like, really? You're standing up inadvertently in support of a regime that thinks that before they hang any virgin women, they should rape them so they can't go to heaven. That's what you're standing up for.
I just don't understand the whole process.
I don't know how you get there.
I don't understand the whole process. There's never been another group of people who are anti-women, anti-women's rights. Women are property. They're like, what was that speech? The cleric who said that like women are like cows or something.
Yeah, it's the most offensive shit I've ever heard.
I mean, so how?
I don't know how you've westernized it.
No. It doesn't even make any rational sense.
No, I don't know how you've made it palatable or I don't
Who are these people?
I don't know. They're your neighbor.
By the way, no, I invite them on the pod. I want to talk to some of these people. I'm going to go Charlie Kirk on them. I'd like to debate it. What crack are you smoking? If you're somebody
Walking around with a picture of the Ayatollah on a popsicle stick.
walking around with a picture of the Ayatollah who just wants everybody dead, especially as a woman, how does that even work?
I don't get it either. I don't understand.
It doesn't make any rational sense.
No, everybody's lost.
And I'm not saying that every religion, every protest, every group that follows something, yeah, I mean, the right radical conservatism that are, neo-Nazi, I'm not hanging out at their function either.
No, but this is a little bit.
But this is like, people who would rather see you die than breathe. And you're celebrating them? All the Ayatollah. First of all,
did you read the New York Times?
yes. I mean, the New York Times, first of all, don't even, you want to get me started? You got me started. You wound it up.
Like, I
It's your
want to
fault
read
now.
it for the people.
No, it's your fault now.
Yeah, sorry, go.
I, there's no journalistic integrity at the New York Times anymore. It is an ever-loving joke.
Here, this is the Fox News about it. Here, New York Times headline about the Khomeini's death read, Ayatollah Khomeini, hardline cleric who made Iran a regional power, is is dead at 86. The Times also described the supreme leader as, what is this word?
Which word? Maybe you could point to a word that makes sense.
Sorry.
Avuncular? What the hell? What is that, a typo?
No, and magnanimous with his spectacles.
Magnanimous? Sitting in his robe, talking into a microphone? I don't
Ready?
understand.
With his spectacles, Palestinian keffiyeh, long robes, and silver beard. Ayatollah Khomeini cast himself as a religious scholar, as well as a writer and translator of works on Islam. He affected, and there's that word again, and magnanimous aloofness, running the country from a perch above the jostling of daily politics.
And they actually believe that?
I don't know.
They can't possibly believe that.
And then they also explained how he likes certain books. Here, this is how they eulogize. This is their eulogy of Scott Adams. Ready? Breaking news: Scott Adams, whose comic strip Dilbert was a sensation until he made racist comments on his podcast, has died. Okay? This is their obituary of the Ayatollah. Okay? Ayatollah Khomeini, hardline cleric who made Iran a regional power, dies at 86.
I think, you were talking about moral clarity before.
Mm-hmm.
There's no moral clarity at the New York Times.
No, and their communications PR team responded. They really should have said this one.
And said what?
The Times obituaries report and reflect lives in full.
Obituaries? This is not Sylvia Washington in Des Moines, Idaho, who passed away, leaves
Des
32...
Moines, Iowa.
What?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Whatever. Leaves 32 grandchildren, 7 children, and a cat.
No, but they're trying. No, listen to this.
This is the Ayatollah.
They reflect lives in full, illuminating why, in our judgment, they were significant. We fairly and accurately
Significant because he killed people.
We include the newsworthy details of each life and death, and don't treat them dishonestly to score points like you're trying to do here.
Who the hell wrote that?
I don't know.
Who wrote that? Is there a name attached to that?
They described him as having an easy smile.
An easy smile? The man smiled?
With his bushy white beard and easy smile. He was known to be fond of Persian poetry and classic Western novels, especially Victor Hugo's Les Miserables.
Okay, that just makes no sense whatsoever.
How'd they know that also? Like, did you come up with that?
No, maybe they spoke to him.
But like the uncompromising, his predecessor, he opposed moderates' efforts to promote political and social reforms domestically and to secure rapprochement with the United States.
What is wrong with these people?
I don't.
See, in that respect.
Oh, sorry. This is the Washington Post. The second one. The first one was the New York Times.
Okay.
The second one with his.
So now it's the Post too.
Yeah.
That's taking leave of their senses.
The Washington Post: democracy dies in darkness.
I mean, these papers have to just go out of business.
The Washington democracy dies in darkness. Really? You described the Ayatollah with his bushy white beard and easy smile. And I'm supposed to take you seriously?
What is that about? No, seriously, why would these news outlets
No, I have no idea.
publish these things almost praising the life of a man who from birth to death wanted to rip out the heart of the infidel?
Yeah.
Meaning us.
I don't know. Maybe they think that he would have liked them. I don't know.
It just doesn't make any sense.
No, I can't explain it because I don't understand it. I don't know what the...
See, this is what scares me.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
This is what scares me about what could possibly happen out of this situation.
Yeah.
These are people who are in America. The man wanted America to burn.
Yeah, he's a man with a white beard and an easy smile. I'm sure it was really easy when he was hanging.
There's something, there's something severely wrong here. Come on. This is not a political thing that you don't know, okay, you could be on both sides.
No, that's what I'm saying.
One side or the other.
I thought we all agreed on this. I thought we all understood that the Ayatollah was bad.
I'm sorry, this is just really bizarre. In any event, we hope and pray for our troops and the troops and operators of the IDF.
We thank them.
We thank them all for their service and their dedication to rid the world of this scourge. And we hope and pray that this situation does not escalate out of control and create a situation that can't be undone.
And we're concerned for the Washington Post and the New York Times.
I'm not concerned for them. I think they should go out of business.
I
What what are they showing the world by saying these ridiculous things? You know, white fluffy beard. What the hell does that mean?
he liked to read.
The man would have blown up the New York Times building if given the chance.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you
I
people?
don't know what's going on.
It's the #1 state-sponsored terror organization in the world.
Yeah, and he has an easy smile.
Thank you for joining us this week, everybody. Please let us know what you think and what you want to hear.
Let us know, all the good things, and the witch is dead.
Well, the witch from today.
Ding dong.
Tomorrow there'll be a new witch.